guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week I am doing a kind of how to learn a language type video. So these are like my top 5 tips on how to learn a language. So since the start of 2016 I have been learning ASL, sign language, and I've also been learning French. So I've been learning French since the start of 2015, and I've been learning ASL for about 2 months. Yeah, just about 2 months. So I'm not exactly ready to do a full language, like different language video, but I'd probably do it in ASL way before French. But here are my top 5 tips on kind of like how to learn the language and how to learn different languages, whether it's French, Spanish, Arabic, Russian, all that jazz. So let's get started. So my first tip is actually, I'm going to recommend 2 apps, but the first one's Duolingo, which will be right here. Wow. Okay, so Duolingo is technically an app I like to use for like very beginner. Just like, not if you know the language. If you know the language, a little bit, it may not be really helpful for you, but maybe if you like learned the language in middle school or high school and you kind of stopped and you want to go back to it, it's really like a good starting place. Like if you don't know anything about it, then you'll kind of learn how to say like the girl eats bread and the dog eats bread and the dog likes milk and the cat likes milk and all those like kind of weird sentences. There are some weird sentences on there. I have seen reviews about it, and I've done the whole course myself in French. So there are some really weird sentences, definitely. Like I got one in like Spanish where it was just like the boy or the dog ate the boy. So yeah, that's just up to you. So the second app I am suggesting is Hello Talk, which is, I hope that fit, is Hello Talk, which is a app which I really like because you can talk to people whose native language is the language you want to learn. So they probably want to learn like English, so you can talk to people who speak like Arabic, Russian, French, all the languages. Sign language is one of them, but I don't know. I guess you'd have to make videos of you signing or something, or just typing in English. I don't know. But there are just so many different options and opportunities on that app, and I kind of like it instead of you going to somebody who's like bilingual and they're like good at both languages, like perfect, and then you go up to them and you're just like, and then you're gonna make a bunch of mistakes. But when it's like you guys are both learning, it's not as bad. If that makes sense. So technically it's just you're teaching them your language and they're teaching you their native language. So you guys are both teaching your native language and learning second languages from each other. Go away! I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a garbage truck right there. So my third tip is logging in hours of like hearing people talk in that language. It's very important because you need to get the accent down. And if you kind of just read out of a book, you're gonna be like, Je m'appelle Segovia. Like that's how you're gonna sound, pretty much. So you need to like watch YouTube videos. There's some pretty funny YouTubers. Just like, don't watch things that bore you. Try to watch things that are kind of interesting. Like don't watch something that's like really boring and that you don't like or find interesting. Really try to engage your attention, because it won't make learning the language fun if you're watching something boring. So my fourth kind of tip is don't start writing unless you are like on Duolingo or Babbel or what's the other one? Rosetta Stone, where they kind of do them all at the same time. If you have like an app like that where it's very structured and they kind of cover everything all at the same time, then fine, good, but that was like $250 you just wasted. But hey, I'm not attacking anyone. So just try to kind of, if you don't have one of those structured programs or a private tutor or something, try to learn talking first, and then after that writing, and then reading. My fifth and final fact is if you can take lessons for like cheaper prices than like a private tutor or Babbel or expensive things like Rosetta Stone where they're closer to $300 when you finish, go to community centers if you're learning like English, Spanish. A lot of community centers have that, mine don't. sorry. So go to community centers, go if you're learning like sign language, go to the School of the Deaf. They usually have pretty cheap classes. I mean, they are $100, but you do have like a teacher there who can correct you. As like, you do have Rosetta Stone where you kind of do have kind of like that, but I'd rather spend like $40 or $50, which is like a quarter of the price, to have a one like face-to-face teacher for like a 12-week course, or going to a community center, which some of them are free or like $10 a month, like pretty cheap as far as I know. So yeah, those are my tips in learning languages. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and comment down below if you have like any kind of questions about learning languages. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next Monday. Goodbye. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am doing the musician tag, and I didn't want to do 2 music videos in a row, but it just happened that way. I have a lot of musician type videos rolling around in my mind, so